So I don't know about you all, but I've been using an InReach device for years, primarily for peace of mind and communication with my loved ones. But have you ever found yourself in a situation where you actually need to use that SOS functionality? I know I haven't, luckily. But Garmin just released the 2023 data from all of the SOS messages triggered. And in this video, I'm going to unpack all of the data. Let's do it. So before we dive into it, I just want to take a quick moment to let everybody know that this video is supported in part by Surly Bikes. Surly, they make serious steel bikes for people that don't take themselves too seriously. They make bikes that are versatile and durable, that can be dressed up or down for commuting, bike packing, ATVing, gravel grinding, or really whatever you call fun on two wheels. With 15 original dirt-friendly platforms, they offer something that fits just about anyone for any style of riding. So for more on Surly, make sure to hit this card in the top right corner. You could also follow the link in the description below. Garmin uses the Ridium satellite network, which is comprised of a powerful low Earth orbit network that achieves 100% global coverage. So if there is a problem, it can almost always be communicated anywhere in the world. Without getting too much in the weeds here, Garmin uses this system because it's pretty darn reliable, and many user groups agree based on the information Garmin released in their 2023 SOS report. Garmin reports that in 2023, dispatch responses varied from local police and ambulance services on major interstate highways to highly technical helicopter rescues on Mount Everest. There were responses all over the world, from New Zealand to Norway, Argentina to Canada, and were coordinated for plane crashes, grizzly bear encounters, sinking sailboats, skiers and avalanches, stranded divers, injured climbers, and many more. And while they did not actually mention how many SOS calls came in, there were nearly 10,000 SOS calls made from InReach devices in 2022, so that might give you an idea. So looking at the map here, they've received calls worldwide, with just about Antarctica being excluded. The map also shows that the majority of calls were in the western portion of North America, and there were even plenty of calls in the middle of the ocean, which sounds absolutely terrifying. So according to Garmin, most SOS calls came from hikers and backpackers, followed by drivers, motorcyclists, and boaters, and rounding out the top 5 were climbers and mountaineers. In 2023, Garmin saw the biggest increase in calls from driving-related SOS incidents, followed by climbing and mountaineering and fishing. While camping is 6th on the list, cycling still remains very low, similar to 2022 numbers. All right, so as far as why folks pressed the SOS button, Garmin reports that the top reasons were for injury, followed by vehicle accident or injury, which was the largest increase again from last year. Medical issues followed, and some examples of that are altitude sickness, heart-related problems, and gastrointestinal issues. And a good chunk of the calls were from folks simply stranded, stuck, or lost. There were also calls from people with debilitating boat issues and reporting wildfires. The next interesting and slightly confusing graph Garmin shares here is who triggered the SOS call. Basically, the graph states that roughly half of the folks triggered SOS on their own, while the other half was initiated by a member within their party or third party with an InReach. So finally, Garmin shares what responses were dispatched for incidents in 2023, and the results are pretty wild. We need to definitely tip our caps to the pilots and flight nurses of the world, with 1/3 of the rescues coming via helicopters, followed by ambulances. Also give thanks to the EMTs of the world too. Third, nearly 10% were self-rescues. Fourth were search and rescue teams, many of which are volunteer-based, so big thanks to them. And fifth was police. While often just doing their jobs, these folks put themselves at risk to quickly report to these SOS calls, so I thank them for their service. So this is all just a reminder that really anything can happen, and being prepared is imperative for bikepacking trips, day hikes or day rides, or even road trips. So do you carry a satellite messenger or simply rely on your SOS feature on your phone, or even know about that? Let us know in the comment section below. And if you want to learn a little bit more about satellite messengers, we have a handful of reviews and resources in the links below. I'm really enjoying the Garmin Messenger device these days, but What about you? As always, thank you all so much for watching. And if you like what you saw in this video and want to see more like it, please hit that subscribe button and notification bell. And if you want to help support us a little bit more, you can do so by signing up for the Bikepacking Collective. The Bikepacking Collective offers a lot of awesome perks, including industry discounts, monthly giveaways, and the twice yearly Bikepacking Journal. So to learn a little bit more about the Bikepacking Collective, you can click on the link in the top right corner or also follow the link in the description below. As always, thank you all so much for watching, and until next time, pedal further.